This is April Garwood from Banana Moon Studio, and today I am continuing a series of videos teaching you how to read written crochet patterns. Today's pattern is going to be a very small and simple circle that is part of a garland pattern that I've written. So let's go ahead and get started. Today I am working in this yarn, Barocco Remix, which is made of recycled fibers. And I'm working from this pattern. It's called Gardens Galore Garland. It's a free pattern available on my website. It is a pattern that includes instructions for 5 small motifs that can be combined to make a garland for decorating for spring, much like this one. These 5 small motifs can be combined in whatever way you would like. The one that we're doing today is actually what looks like the center of this flower, but it's actually just the little circle in the center. That's what we're going to make using the instructions here in this video. So we're going to start this pattern with an adjustable ring. And a lot of times in crochet, I see people call this a magic circle. It's the same idea, but I'm going to show you how to do that adjustable ring, what that looks like. So you're going to start with your tail coming off the front of 2 fingers and loop your yarn once over your fingers. And make sure that when you do this, you're leaving a 6-inch or so tail here. It's going to be important to not have this end be really short. So leave yourself a good end. Grab it and pull your fingers out. And then you're going to put your hook through here and hold it. And then you're going to take your working yarn that's going back to your skein and wrap it around your hook and pull it through. Okay, and then when I chain 1, I'm locking that adjustable ring or magic circle closed. Okay, after I make that adjustable ring, it says RND, that stands for round, and because we're working in circles here, we're using the term round instead of row. So RND means round 1, and then it says CH2, that means chain 2. And then in parentheses, it says does not count as a ST, and that stands for stitch, does not count as a stitch. One important thing here I should have said earlier, if you are new to reading written crochet patterns, one thing that can really help you a lot is to have a list or chart of crochet pattern abbreviations. And up here in the corner, there'll be a little I and a circle. If you'll click that, it'll take you to a post on my website where you can get a free chart of 40 crochet pattern abbreviations that you can download and print. So be sure to get that, because that will be a good reference for you to have with you as you are learning to read written crochet patterns. Okay, and then also this free pattern for the garland can be found on my website also, and so now the card up here in the corner will take you to the blog post where you can get this free pattern. Okay, so back to what we were doing here. Where it says CH2, that's chain 2, and then in parentheses it says does not count as a stitch. ST stands for stitch. So it's important to know when you're counting your stitches to double check that you've got the right number, that chain 2 is not being counted as a stitch. So when I was making my adjustable ring, I chained 1 here to lock my adjustable ring closed. And since I need a chain 2, I'm going to go ahead and chain 1 more, but I don't need to do 2 more at that point because one of those was already done. Okay, and then it says 12 double crochet. The DC means double crochet in ring. Okay, so I'm going to double crochet 12 times inside this big open ring. So I will yarn over, and I'm going to be working around 2 strands of yarn. These 2 strands right here. So I'll go in the ring and pull up a loop and yarn over and pull through 2 loops and yarn over and pull through 2 loops. And I will do 12 of those in this ring. 2, 3, 4, 11, and there's 12. Okay, untwist my end there. Okay, then it says pull tail tight to close. So what that looks like is this tail from my magic circle or adjustable ring. I'm going to pull that. Now I have seen a lot of people talk about having problems with this step, because what sometimes happens is that this tail of yarn is not very strong, or it's come untwisted a little bit as they're working with it, or they may just be working with a yarn that's just not very strong. And so sometimes what happens is this tail will snap when they pull really tightly to close the center. You can give your yarn some extra twist. You want to look at the direction it's already twisted and twist it the same way. And giving it some extra twist will actually make it stronger. That's what twist does for yarn. It makes it stronger. And that way you can be sure you're not going to break it. But also, you don't need to pull super hard. You just want to make it snug. It doesn't need to be super tight. You're closing up the center like so. Okay, so that's closed at my center. And then my pattern says join to first stitch, ST is stitch, with slip stitch. SLST means slip stitch. So join to first stitch with slip stitch. And what that looks like. If you are not sure whether or not you've got all your stitches, or if you're not sure where to find the first one, you can count starting where you just finished. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So I'll put my hook in right here, and then a slip stitch is where I'm going to pull the yarn through here and through here. Okay, so I slip stitch to close, and then the next thing we see there is dash 12 stitches. That is a count of how many stitches I should have put in that round, which I counted those just a minute ago, but that's just a reference so you can double check that you've got the right number of stitches. And then it says fasten off. So what that looks like to fasten off, leave your end at least 6 inches long, never shorter than that. Cut it, and then you're going to wrap it around your hook and pull it all the way through, and then pull it a little bit snug. Now, why don't we ever make ends shorter than 6 inches? Because you'll see that my ends are long. Long ends woven in with a tapestry needle are the way that we keep our work from coming undone. You don't want to cut your end off right here. You don't even want to cut it off right here. Leave it long and weave in as much of it as you can, and then if there's a little bit left sticking out after you've woven it in, then you can cut that little bit off. But having a long end woven in is how you keep your work from coming undone. Okay, so here is my completed circle. So we followed the written pattern to make this little circle that could be a part of our garland. I hope that you'll subscribe to my channel and keep following along, because I'm going to continue making some videos like this where we follow a pattern with a small project so that you can learn how to read written crochet patterns. So please be sure and subscribe so you don't miss any of those. Please hit the like button And please remember to comment and share these videos. And in your comments, let me know what you want to learn. And I hope that you all have a wonderful day. Bye.